is going on with Brittney Griner?
No.
Because I don't understand. So I know that she insists on being known as a female.
Right.
But like all the signs point to that not being the case.
Right.
And so
Mike Myers in the background going, that's a man, baby.
So
Right.
this like came as no surprise, this clip of her being asked what her child calls her.
Oh, there's a child.
Yeah. That
I heard in an interview, and it's important for you that your son calls you Pops.
I do like Pops. I like Pops, honestly. Like, Rail is mom.
Okay.
It's only one mom. Rail's mom. And then this, whatever anybody else does in their household, I support whatever you want to do in your household. But in my household, I like Pops.
Brittney Griner elbowing Caitlin Clark in a crazy way and then calling her a trash white girl.
And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find significant. I've watched that video countless times, and it sure looks like Brittney Griner says, white girl.
So imagine this. You tune into a WNBA game expecting to see elite women's basketball, teamwork, sportsmanship, maybe a little bit of healthy trash talk. That's the expectation. The reality? You watch one of the league's most high-profile players lean over, drop her voice, and very clearly mouth the words, trash effing white girl, at Caitlin Clark on national television, and then walk away like nothing happened.
It is completely possible that fucking white girl was about Caitlin Clark's popularity, about her stature, about her impact on the entire.
And the league? They respond with total silence. Not a fine, not a statement, not even a we'll look into it. Just crickets. Tell me that doesn't make you stop.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlin Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
And go. Wait, what? Because here's the thing. We all know the WNBA has built a brand around unity, inclusivity, no place for hate. Those are their words.
Brittney Griner, who I can't stand, sad that she's a Baylor grad.
Yeah,
she called her a trash expletive white girl. That was the lip reading, yes.
Plastered on courts and echoed in press conferences. The common belief is they'd hold anyone accountable for a racial comment, no matter who said it, no matter who it was aimed at. But the contrarian reality...
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP. She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like...
Things had been tense in the league for a while, but Griner took that tension and turned it into a live-action meltdown. After fouling out of a hard-fought game, cameras zoomed in on Griner walking off the court, where she was clearly seen mouthing the words, trash effing white girl. And yes, it was crystal clear.
Is playing out in real time. When that comment is aimed at Caitlin Clark, the league looks the other way. And I'm not just saying that to stir the pot. The proof is right there in the footage. Lip readers, commentators, even neutral reporters all saw it, all heard it, all know exactly what was said. If the roles were reversed, if Caitlin Clark had called Brittney Griner a trash black girl, you and I both know the media would be in full meltdown mode. The league would issue a statement before the final buzzer, and Clark's career might be over by breakfast. Here's how we're breaking this down. First, we're going to talk about the incident itself.
We have heard nothing from the WNBA, absolutely nothing.
What was said and why it matters more than someone admit. Then we'll hit the bigger point, the one that really burns, the double standard that's turning the WNBA's credibility into a punchline. And finally, we'll dig into the part nobody in the front office wants to talk about, the background, the rumors, the open questions about fairness, safety, and how all of this lands squarely on Caitlin Clark's shoulders while she's the one keeping the league relevant. Let's start with the second biggest point first. Because the moment wasn't just an insult, it was part of a pattern. Clark has been the target since her first warm-up in the league. She's been elbowed, shoved, blindsided on inbound plays, knocked around for no reason.
Thursday night, Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream played. Indiana Fever is where Caitlin Clark plays. Atlanta Dream is where Brittney Griner plays. Now you tell me what it looks like Brittney Griner is saying here. For a little bit of context, this was in the fourth quarter after Brittney Griner fouled out against Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever would go on to win by 5. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think she said. Let's play it back. Looks to me like she is saying trash and then calling Caitlin Clark a bleep white girl. Just a reminder, this is who Joe Biden traded for the Russian merchant of death. So many WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark so much when she is the best thing that could have happened to the league. And she's not the best thing that happened to the league because she's white, it's because she's a good player. It's because she's the best player. Now, imagine if Caitlin Clark said the inverse of this. It would be reprehensible, condemned, and understandably so. You've got all of these individual players, you have sports commentators, people like Ryan Clark, who constantly tout of the racial tensions that exist in the league, when in reality, they are the ones perpetuating and amplifying these racial tensions with their anti-white hatred for Caitlin Clark.
Other than she's dominant. And dominant in a way that threatens the status quo. She's the Rookie of the Year, top 4 in MVP voting, pulling in viewership numbers the league hasn't seen in years. She's the needle mover, the franchise player, the Michael Jordan of women's basketball. Fans literally follow her from arena to arena. And yet, instead of protecting their biggest draw, the league stands back while veteran players take their shots, sometimes literally. Now here's where the value loop comes in. Context. The WNBA says it's committed to inclusivity and equality. Application. When a white player is called out by race in a derogatory way on live TV, those principles should apply. Framing. By doing nothing, the league isn't just being inconsistent. They're telling Caitlin Clark and every fan who supports her that some players get a pass while others get a target on their back. That's not just bad optics, that's a slow leak in the league's credibility. And here's the rehook, because this is where it gets even messier. This wasn't just a one-off insult from Griner. Other players have joined in, online and on the court. Angel Reese reposted a meme showing Clark running from the fade, with white girl front and center in the caption. That's not subtle. That's not even coded. That's a player with a platform throwing gasoline on a fire. And still nothing from the league. Imagine for a second if this was flipped, if a white player posted black girl running from the fade about an opponent. You'd see full-scale press conferences, media condemnations, maybe even sponsors pulling out. Here's the best point, the one that can't be ignored. While all this is going on, a parallel conversation is exploding online, one that's been brewing for years but just reignited in a big way. It's about Brittney Griner's biological identity. Now, I'm not here to push conspiracy theories, but when a topless video stays up on her own Instagram for almost 2 years without being flagged as female nudity by the platform's AI, people notice. The detection software apparently categorized the torso as male. Combine that with Griner's voice, build, and physical dominance, and you've got a viral storm of speculation. And the league? Again, dead silent. No clarity, no transparency, just an unspoken, we're not touching that. Whether the rumors are true or not, the lack of response fuels the fire. Let's loop that back to fairness and safety. In elite competition, size and strength matter. If there's even a shred of truth to questions about whether the playing field is level, it deserves an investigation. Not to shame, not to exclude, but to ensure athletes like Caitlin Clark aren't being put at a disadvantage, or even at risk. When a player who moves like a linebacker collides with someone smaller and lighter, it's not just a hard foul, it's a safety issue. And here's another pattern interrupt, because we have to talk about priorities. Remember, this is the same league that rushed to investigate Indiana Fever fans after vague, unverified accusations of racism against Angel Reese. They found nothing. They cleared the fans. But the damage was done. And no apology was issued. Not from Reese, not from the team, not from the league. Yet here we are, with clear video evidence of Griner's comment, and they can't even muster a half sentence of accountability. Make it make sense. Fans aren't blind. They see the favoritism. They see who gets protected and who doesn't. And they're asking the question the WNBA doesn't want to answer. Why is Caitlin Clark expected to rise above everything while others get away with anything? That's the hypocrisy eating away at the league's reputation. You can't grow the game while alienating the fans who just discovered it. You can't preach no place for hate, and then ignore hate when it's aimed at someone who's single-handedly bringing you viewers. Now let's close some loops. That elbow from Griner? It wasn't just a moment of frustration. It was the physical punctuation on months of hostility toward Clark. That Instagram video? It's the reason the rumors aren't going away anytime soon. And that total lack of action from the league? It's why more and more fans are saying they'll turn the TV off if nothing changes. Here's the reality check. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA goes back to being a niche product with niche numbers. She's not just the face of the league, she's the engine. And if they won't protect their engine, they shouldn't be surprised when the whole thing stalls. But fans can send a message. Support her. Watch the games. Make your voice heard. If you stand with Caitlin Clark, let people know. Because if the league won't stand up for fairness, the fans will have to. And in the end, that's how you really grow the game, not with slogans, but with action.